Hey, what's going on YouTube family? This is C Fitness here. Today I'm going to show you a few chest workouts to build that chest, but I'm going to plug Ashton Trepp. Type that in the YouTube search. He's an up and coming bodybuilder. Check him out. Let's get into this workout. All right, here we are guys. I'm on the chest press machine. I'm going to start off light with high reps and then gradually work my way up. Remember guys, you don't need heavy weights on this. You know, you always want to practice safety, as I say or said in previous videos. You know, you don't want to injure yourself. Gradually take yourself up to a desired weight. You know, if you could do 45, then do the 45 and the 10, then do the 45 and the 25, 45, 25, 10, then 245. You want to practice proper form. Don't rush through it, as I continue to say that. You know, you cannot rush through this. This is not a math test that you do in school, and once you finish you get to leave early or something like that. This is the person with the form is the person that gets the growth. So you want to make sure you practice decent form, no rushing through it. You know, you can rush through 50 reps, and the person who did 10 great reps is the person who's going to see the most gains. And with this, you know, you do high reps, trust me, you're going to feel like you're lifting heavy weights by the time you get up to 20, 30 or something like that. So I'm just doing 10 to 12 reps in this case. When I got to the higher weight, I did it until exhaustion. And this is just an upper chest workout. You know, some people tend to neglect that upper chest. They lay on the flat bench and then they leave. You know, they neglect that upper chest, which is going to give you that symmetry. You know, you look at some people and you see that their chest is sort of like a ramp. Well, that's because they didn't do a lot of upper chest. They did the flat bench and they did the decline, and they neglected the incline. You cannot omit that upper chest. So you're going to lift with the cables over top of your head until your hand converge at the top. And this is for the lower chest. It's just the opposite of the upper chest exercise. So what I did was, for the upper chest, I moved the carriage at the bottom, and for the lower chest, I moved the carriage to the top. I still use 15 pounds of weight. You don't need anything too heavy. Again, you can take those reps up. Now this is going to be more upper chest. What I'm doing, if you notice, I'm not lifting by the center of my chest. I'm actually lifting closer to my neck, which is why I'm using a lighter weight. You don't need anything too heavy, and I'll always say, you know, you just don't want to I mean, if you're ego lifting, go for it. Put 645s on each side. But if you just want to build that chest the right way and you want to look good when you take your shirt off, you know, just be cautious. So this is going to be the incline upper chest workout. That was just flat bench upper chest workout. Like I said, it was closer to my neck, and the same thing with this. That's just closer to my neck. These are great. Try to clear the bench as much as possible, depending on the height of the bench and the angle, and you know, some things like that. I can't always clear it, but try to clear it as much as possible. But the main idea is to get the weight up. So this is a great chest great chest exercise. You don't need anything too heavy. I think I have I think that may be a 65. I think that may be a 65. I may be wrong. But yeah, you don't need anything too heavy. Just make sure you kick that off of your knee to get it up, and you don't drop it back down on the ground. You drop it to your knee and then drop it on the ground. You don't want to hurt your wrists. You don't want to hurt any body parts. The whole thing, my whole idea is to stay clear of any injuries any way possible, because once you get that injury, you're going to be hurt, and you're not going to be able to lift certain things or do certain exercises for a long period of time. So this just works that entire chest. You know, make sure you squeeze when you get to the top. If you notice, I'm just doing them slowly, and that way I can really feel that burn. And these are not the traditional dips. I'm actually leaning forward, and that's going to focus more on the chest. If you stay vertical, that's going to be the triceps. So guys, let me know what you think. Please comment, like, subscribe, share. Until the next time, get fit.